Collective. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. All right, we're gonna get right into the weekly forecast collective. Let's see what's coming up for you. Remember, this is a general reading, so if it does not resonate, don't force the shoe to fit. There'll be more readings to come. And y'all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all so much for the support. Thank y'all so much for joining the team. I'm excited. I feel excited coming into your energy collective. So let's see, what's the weekly forecast? What do we have coming up for the collective? Okay, door to romance. So for some of you, you are opening yourself up to new romantic connections. For some of you, this could just be you opening yourself up to dating again, possibly after a period of lack or feeling out in the cold or instability. Yeah, patience. So there was like this, there was a need to bring your energy like into balance, right? Like there was an energy of, or there was a time period where you needed to focus on healing, as well as for some of you, like your spiritual journey as well. It's like you had to master something about yourself, possibly your emotions or how it is that you approached difficult or emotional situations, right? With the storm warning at the bottom of the deck, it's like some of you had to learn how to speak up for yourself. Possibly is like communicate your emotions, your feelings, and you know, it took time. It took time to get to where you're at now, but it does feel like it was like you were divinely guided every step of the way, right? Okay, the thinking man. And I feel like now you're I feel like you're finding the value. It's like you're placing value on different things now. Like you're some of you, I'm hearing revisiting, like you're revisiting something. Maybe how you were viewing, or the perspective, like how you were viewing a certain situation, a certain job, a certain career, a certain person. I don't know. Or even this could just be yourself, right? You had to shift your perspective on how you were viewing something. I'm hearing like this is okay. This feels like like that song. This is what this kind of feels like. You know that song that you skip over? The song you skip over, and when you first hear it and you're like, it's cool or whatever. It doesn't really call you. But then over time, it's something about it that starts to either click or make sense, or it starts to grow on you. So you could be shifting your perspective on, and this feels, I'm not gonna lie, this feels like a relationship, carrying connections and walking away. And then I see community at the bottom of the deck. So I don't know, it does feel like you could have walked away from a certain situation because of opinions of others, what others would think about, the person that was actually, again, like you actually ended up liking it, right? Like you actually realized like, okay, this person does align with my values, my core values, my beliefs, right? There could be some differences between you and this person that I feel like this week you're realizing like, okay, the differences are really superficial, right? But what really matters, the person's core, the person's beliefs, it actually aligns with something that is important to me, right? So it's almost like you could have wanted to walk away, or you could have walked away from a situation where now you're kind of like looking back at it, over, it's like you're looking over your shoulder and you're like, huh, I actually kind of like fuck with that person a little bit. Like I actually, you know, align with that person. But this also feels like you're realizing this, or this could be someone outside of you, collective. Remember, put yourself where it fits. But if this is you, it feels like it almost even showed you, like whatever this connection is, it almost kind of mirrored back to you, like what actually and truly matters to you, right? Where you thought, you know, maybe others, you could have been following a pattern. I'm hearing a learned pattern or something that was true for others around you, but you started to realize that maybe it wasn't true for you, right? And you're actually opening yourself up, I feel like this week, to doing something differently. I'm hearing thinking out of the box or stepping out of your comfort zone. And I think this is because, you know, you did take your time. You know, you had to take your time seeing things, whatever this is, whether it is a relationship. It feels like this is a connection, maybe even a friendship, right? It doesn't have to be romantic, but it does feel like you're seeing the value in it. Where I feel like as before, you were possibly holding back from it, or someone was holding back from you because of the influence of other people, or the influence of like something outside of y'all. I do feel like, collective, something about I'm hearing divinely, or divinely orchestrated, like something has been playing out in divine order. So if it feels like something has taken a while, collective, it's because that's how it was divinely calculated, right? Like this was something outside of you. Either there were lessons that needed to be learned, something about mastering something. Like, I don't know. This is 10:10, yeah. So you could be seeing 10:10 on the clock. This is 10:10 on the clock. So there were cycles that needed to be closed, lessons that needed to be learned. And there's 6 + 4 is 10. So definitely a lot of endings. And this feels like it could be endings of like friendships, groups, careers. I don't know. It just, or just beliefs, right? How something was being viewed, a perspective, or just all of the above, to be honest with you. This feels like a transformation, seeing things more clearly. I'm hearing more truthfully, like honestly, like seeing, it's like, you see how this thinking man, I don't know if you guys can see it, is holding crystals in his hand, right? And it's like, you can see right through the crystals, right? You can see right through something, or whatever he's holding. So I just feel like someone's gaining some sort of like clarity on their emotions or their feelings, or in the direction that they want to head. But this was after closing a chapter or a cycle with however things were before. And this is because they're seeing something clearly after a period of, you know, doubt and fear, anxiety. Okay. Okay, I like this. I like this. The energy coming in this week. Patience. Next, weekly forecast for the collective. Okay, 3 of Swords. So yeah, there was something that you were healing through. Can you close the door for me, please? Thank you. Close the door, please. I am recording. Thank you. There was something hurtful, or something that you had, a loss, something that could have even just drama. I'm hearing there could have been drama that you had to like walk away from. I'm hearing family drama for some of you. It's like things would just pop up from left and right that were creating a sense of loss, heartbreak, conflict. Ooh, it's like and these could have been situations that were unexpected, right? Things that would come up from left field, or things that would out of nowhere bring heartbreak, right? Or loss, or feeling like you had to walk away from situations. There is a heavy energy of you having to walk away from people and situations. Here's the drama, here's the conflict, I'm telling you. And again, here's Temperance and Tarot coming up. So you could be, it's like you were heavy on the divine guidance, right? Like every time you were getting this funny feeling or this gut feeling that it was time to leave a situation, or it's time to exit a specific job, or it was time to depart a specific location, it's almost like, yes, it was hurtful, right? You had to shed many layers, many people, things, places, even, you know, even from yourself, where it felt like you just didn't even know anymore, you know, what was true and what wasn't, right? What was true to you? What was valuable to you? This does feel like, again, it was divine guidance and divinely orchestrated for you to shed layers of things and people that didn't align with you, where you possibly once thought or believed that, I don't know, that something was your truth, you know, something was your journey, when in reality, it wasn't. For some of you, there was this energy of you, having to remove, look, in the Three of the broken heart. So whatever it is that you had to shed, you know, break free from, there was a lot of emotional release here. It was tied to something really like that was deeply rooted in your beliefs, you know. And imagine having to one day wake up and realize, like, oh my God, that's not my truth. That's not what I believe in. That does not align with the direction that I want to head in. And I feel like for some of you, there was this energy of leaving people behind, walking away from, you know, those who you maybe even considered family members or friends, right? Yeah, Ace of Swords, I'm speaking truth. Because you started to see the truth of who you are, you know, your truth, your self-worth, your values. And when you started to remove all those layers, you didn't fit in a specific mold anymore, right? It's almost like wherever you were at was making you sick. Whatever air you were breathing was consistently keeping you either mentally bound or even physically sick. Like you started to feel exhausted, tired, drained. I'm hearing lethargic. And that was because you were constantly taking on things that didn't belong to you. And you possibly, and this was subconscious, you possibly didn't realize it, you weren't aware of it. Yeah, Four of Wands. This is that community energy as well. This could have been a specific place, a home, a location, people, again, that you were surrounding yourself with. And there's that loss. Again, that loss, that grief. It also feels like the moment that you started to become more confident within your, like, owning your own truth, your owning your authenticity, the more you realized it created chaos and turmoil outside of you. You know, it's almost like those who would say that were going to be there, that would support you, that would cheer you on, it's like all of a sudden these same people were missing during a period where you were transforming. And that was, again, divinely guided. It was divinely orchestrated. Why can I say that word? Orchestrated like that. Four of Cups in the reverse. So you're coming out of that energy. You're coming out of, I'm hearing coming out of that funk, coming out of that loss, that heartbreak, the feeling of just being tired, of literally being sick and tired, feeling rejected and abandoned. It's like you've learned how to love on yourself so much that you have finally, I'm hearing you've landed on your feet. You have your feet so planted that even if others don't agree, even if others reject you, even if others abandon you, you found a way to step into your power and keep, it's like you found a way to step into your power. You've done the planning, you take an expired action, and now you're starting to see your ships come in, right? It's like you're not staying stuck in a situation where you're tired of pretending that everything's okay for fear that you might, you know, feel alone or lonely or abandoned or whatever. I feel like, again, you're okay with standing on your own 2 feet. You've learned how to love yourself. You've learned how to see the value in your, for some of you, in your singlehood or just who you are as an individual. Therefore, no one can ever make you feel you've tapped into your own strength. No one can ever make you feel like you ain't that bitch or you ain't it. And that's no one can ever make you feel or doubt your value. No one can ever make you doubt your confidence. You know, I feel like you've tapped into that life force energy and you're finally putting it, you're owning it, right? You've learned how to tame that beast. You've learned how to tame those emotions. You've learned how to stay ahead of the drama, the confusion, the illusions, especially those created from people outside of you. I feel like your pride and your ego, right? You know when you're allowing your pride and your ego to take control of situations. And you've also learned how to master that ego and that pride and allow it to get you out of situations where you don't fucking belong. And I'm hearing in rooms where people don't see your value. You know, you've learned how to turn it on and turn it off. And I feel like that's where the transformation happened. Exactly. That's where the healing happened. With the star energy, with this week, this week's forecast. God daggone it. You're seeing things clearly now. For some of you, you're starting to, something about your north node. Look, maybe there is a need to look at your, you know, maybe looking at your birth chart to see what your north node is. Could clear some things up for you, like especially if you're wondering, like, what is your purpose? I feel like this week that's becoming very aware. You're becoming very aware, or something about being guided to your life purpose, right? And this is because you've shed those layers, those beliefs, those jobs, those careers, those people, that community, those family members, that addiction, whatever that was. It's like you're letting You're releasing, or you're breaking free from that. You're healing from that. Leo energy, also Aquarius. Definitely a lot of air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, showing up with the thinking man. It's like this week you're becoming more disciplined. You're even if you're in, a feminine energy, you're allowing your masculine energy to guide you this week, as to either guide you out of a place of hurt, loss, backstabbing, betrayal, call it what you want to call it. You're coming out of here, you're coming out of that funk because you're seeing the truth. You're getting clear as to what's true for you, right? And you're digging yourself out of this hole. For one, you're becoming more disciplined. Something about making lists this week. Maybe you're tapping into a more thought out schedule for this week, collective. For some of you, there's a need, or you'll find yourself being drawn to, or like you're being called to like spend time near water, or just being out in nature more. Something about gratitude, like giving gratitude, or yeah, being intentional and realizing like how there's already beauty in your surroundings, like where you're at right now, where you have planted your feet right now is exactly where you need to be, even if it may not feel like it yet. There is this energy of you just enjoying and being grateful for how far you have come, right? Especially something with mental health, breaking free from some sort of illusion or confusion or things. Heavy Gemini energy with the Lovers, or excuse me, air. So it's like, I don't know if there was a lot of doubt, confusions, illusions, and now there is clarity, honesty, truth, authenticity, which then is creating this sense of confidence. Three of Wands wanted to come out, Aries. Somebody could have an Aries North Node. I have an Aries North Node, so I like how this energy is showing up this week. Or an Aries, I'm hearing Aries, yeah, Aries North Node or Aries Sun. Growth, expansion. For some of you, watch the snacking this week. As your coach, watch the snacking. While you're waiting for something. I don't know if some people like to, if I'm talking to a collective that likes to emotionally, like something about snacking while you're waiting. Something about patience. You being patient while you don't snack. If you're gonna snack, if you have time periods where you're just like waiting for something to happen, and the first thing you want to do is like, grab a little snackety snack, like to pass time, something about vegetables that's gonna help you ground your emotions. That sugar does speed up the heart, which then therefore speeds everything up. So we're talking about the brain here. We're trying to slow, come out of that illusion, that doubt, that fear. There's a need to eat more. I'm hearing root vegetables, beets, red. I'm seeing red. So stay away from the fake color. I'm hearing the color red. So if you're eating a lot of snacks that have that, I'm seeing Skittles, red Skittles. Be careful with those. Anything with red food dye, kind of be careful this week. It could add to the emotions, you know, feeling out of place, out of whack, out of control. A lot of childhood memories could also be coming up, so we don't want to add the foods or the chemicals that will make it worse. So that's coming through. All right, let's see. Walking away and carrying connection. So exactly, judgment. It's like you're calling judgment on situations, on connections, on relationships, on friendships that you once felt like, you know, they were pouring into you. But for some of you, this could even be family members, right? Where you in temperance again, showing up, but all they did is bring chaos, conflict, competition, doubt. Again, heavy on the doubt and the fear. It's like others' opinions kept you stuck or bound because you felt like they were, you know, they would reject you if you started a business in something that didn't make sense to them, or if you, something about your identity, your self-identity as well, like if it didn't align with something that, you know, they believed in, that, you know, you fear that they would just, I'm hearing outcast, you know, that you became the outcast. And I feel like at this point, or I feel like this week, you're just owning your truth. Again, you're owning your truth. You're owning exactly who the fuck you are and who you were supposed to become and be in this here life. And it's like you're letting that old version of you go or die, and you're becoming this new, more empowered version of yourself, which then brings that 10 of Cups, that complete emotional fulfillment, happiness, right? And for some of you, this is you opening up to a specific person who adds to that happiness, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. This could be someone coming in, or someone that you're for some of you, you could be leaving someone behind only to walk straight into another person who is exactly, or does align to exactly, look at the sun. Oh, I love this. This is someone aligning to exactly who and what you are radiating, right? It's like you are in this, you found a sense of inner peace within yourself, right? It's like you, with the Hermit energy, major arcana, a lot of major arcana here: Judgment, the Sun, the Hermit, the Magician, the Star, the Strength. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, 6 major arcana, which lets me know that you've done major changes, right? Major changes. You've untapped and uncovered parts of yourself that could potentially trigger certain people around you, right? And I feel like there was a need for you to isolate with the Hermit energy. There was a need for you to I don't know, for some of you, you started to do some research. Maybe there was something with your spirituality that you were opening yourself up to or wanted to, which then caused a lot of healing, you know, removing certain layers of yourself that, again, no longer, that only held you back and weighed you down. I feel like you guys are in this powerful energy of manifesting, right? Because now you're manifesting things from a more healed perspective, right? Like, how can I put it? It's like, you know how people want to say, oh, I'm manifesting $1 million, or I'm manifesting the mansion. It doesn't even feel like that. I feel like now you guys are more so manifesting things that bring you that, I'm hearing good health, like good health, good relationships or healthy relationships. I'm also hearing like healthy, like job and money opportunities. Whereas before you were like, oh, yeah, I want to manifest all the money in the world. But now it's almost like, yeah, that's nice, right? Money can bring us, luxuries. But also at the same time, this feels like you're just grateful and happy to be able to walk up and down the stairs, right? Like you're just happy that you're healthy enough to go outside and run a marathon if you wanted to. You're just happy and grateful that your children, if that's, if you have children, they're healthy, right? And there's just this energy of gratitude and fulfillment that your manifestations are now coming from a, like I said, a more oh, my stomach, I'm hungry. Like you're hungry for something more fulfilling than just money, right? Like you're just, I'm hearing a sense of purpose. Like the fact that you have, it's like you're manifesting things into your life that make you feel a sense of purpose, right? Like opportunities where you actually feel like you're making a difference rather than, oh, I'm just taking this opportunity because I don't know, it looks good on my resume. Okay, yeah, it may look good on paper, but does it fulfill you? Does it make you feel like you're making a difference, like you're changing something for the better, whether it is within, and when you change or when you feel like you're changing something or someone for the better, it almost serves as a mirror effect where it changes you as well. Like it changes something within your own nervous system when you know that you're making a difference. When you know that whatever it is that you're doing every day, whatever it is that you're waking up to every single day is not only changing the world that you are living in, but it's also rewiring your nervous system for the better, right? And that's what I feel like that's where you're manifesting, like you're in a place of your manifestations are looking so differently. Exactly. After, I'm hearing an ego death for some of you, right? There was this energy of letting go of this unhealthy pride or unhealthy ego with the Aries. I told you I was picking up on Aries energy with the Emperor showing up. It's like you had to let go of control, right? Which then it comes from an unhealthy ego and an unhealthy pride. You had to let go of doing things from possibly impulsively or from a place of, I'm hearing want versus need for some of you, like, from a place of, a desire, this could have been, if this is a masculine, because there's a lot of masculine energy here with a lot of impulsive energy, it does feel like instead of leading with lust, and we can lust over many things, right? It doesn't only have to be sexually, but I, as a coach, do believe that how you do one thing, you do everything. So if you are impulsive with your body, that means you're impulsive with how your mind works, right? So if you learn how to control, and that's what this feels like, you've learned how to control those impulses, the lusting after money, after sex, after women, after men, after jobs, after opportunities, and you started to focus and go deep within yourself and see what was true. Like, what is it? Because lusting brings temporary excitement and temporary fulfillment, and after a while, you started to like ask yourself, like, well, it's fun for a little while, but I want something with purpose. I want something that matters. I want something that means something, right? A purpose to continue to live, to continue to grow and expand. For some of you, you could be opening yourself up to, having children or having more children or expanding. I do see a lot of expansion here. Or just, embarking on new projects that make you feel like you're giving birth to a part of yourself. Like for some of you, this could be a project it's your baby that you've been nurturing, but possibly holding back on it because of others' opinions, what people may think, what, where it feels like it's something out of the ordinary, which therefore, does bring that energy of what will others think or believe if I do this. But I feel like now I feel like you're allowing yourself to draw people in who align with your energy, but also be drawn to those who align with your newfound, I'm hearing newfound beliefs. And for some of you, it's like you want to come up with your new traditions, right? Things that actually I'm hearing belong to or align with your own perspectives and your own values, right? It's like you're being born into this new version of yourself, a lighter, like it feels lighter. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn showing up. I don't know if I said Leo. Hold on, y'all. Let me look at something. Yeah, something about also how you're showing up, right? Your physical, something about your physical, like I don't know if you guys have been focusing on eating healthier, working out, but even your sexual energy, there's a lot of masculine energy here. So for some of you, if you were feminine, I feel like you're learning how to use your sexual energy. Help me. What's my words? What's the words? You're using your sexual energy for your creative projects, right? It's like you're taking that, something about your beauty, or again, how you're showing up in the world. It's somehow, I don't know, it's something, it's like you're using it for positive. You're using it for some of you, there's something about fame or exposure, exposing your beauty. It's like giving back to the community. It's giving back something about your beauty. I don't know. It's like radiating, glowing. You bring light by something like your smile as well, like how you even speak up or talk to people. It's like you speak light, you pour. And I was looking at this star. You see how this star is like you're learning how to navigate, again, your emotions, but also stay grounded, right? And that within itself, finding that harmony, that peace within yourself, that's what pours into other people, right? And just with you sharing your story, or just with you speaking about where you've been, where, what you've healed from, what trials and tribulations you were able to walk away from and come out on the other side. It's literally that mark. I mean, your test, well, we say that all the time, or religious people say your test is your testimony, right? And I feel like that's the case here. The things that once kept you bound and stuck. For some of you, you have been even experienced, I don't know, incarceration. You've been in jail. You may even have, I'm hearing criminal background for some of you. It's like you had to walk away from a specific life, a way of being or living or thinking. For some of you, this was not even a physical thing that was keeping you stuck or bound. This was just your mentality, Somebody just dropped something. Somebody, it's like you had to drop, for some of you, you had to drop the ball. Or maybe you felt like you dropped the ball, and dropping the ball was exactly what the fuck you needed to do in order for you to come out on the other side and realize that ball was not for you to carry. Look at that. Didn't I say the Four of Swords? It's like you were mentally healing, or with a high priestess, you were another major arcana. It's like you had to, for one, learn how to listen to your intuition. That was something. The more you shed layers, you guys, the more you shed layers of that bullshit that holds you back, the more aware, the more you tap into that third eye, the more you become a open portal. And when I say portal, I don't mean, you know, if you don't subscribe to the whole like supernatural and spirit, and fine, okay, but the more you release layers of what you feel like they're honestly just systems that were placed to keep us limited and bound, once you start releasing those systems, the more your intuition speaks to you and talks to you and tells you the information that you need to know in order for you to get on that, like, be clear as to what is your next step. You know, because I feel like a lot of us always, or feel like we're lost, or we're when we feel stuck, we feel like, oh my God, like, why is everything going wrong? Everything is going on wrong for a reason. Everything could be going wrong because you might just be on the wrong path, or talking to the wrong people, or working in the wrong job, or taking the wrong medicine, or I don't know, you name it. If you feel stuck, it's because maybe that particular path or that particular thing is not for you. And I feel like you're realizing that the more you remove certain titles and certain labels and certain systems and certain beliefs and values that were literally made to control you or a thing. I'm not saying systems are bad. I'm not saying that, because systems are needed to make something shake, right? To make shit shake. It is just that when a system becomes your own personal prison, when it becomes too obsessive or too restrictive, then what are we doing here? Like, I'm trying to think of the word that I want to use. Like, what are we doing here? So I feel like that's what you're breaking free from. The people, the doubt, the fear, the job, the whatever. I feel like that's what you're breaking free from. That's what you're releasing yourself from. With the high tower. Wasn't there, who was the show? Mr. Hightower. What show was that? Let me know in the comments if y'all remember. Was it dang, it was a Saved by the Bell? Who was Mr. Hightower, y'all? Let me know in the comments if y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me see if my computer is on, because that Saved by the Bell, that could be something significant for someone. Oh, my computer's dead. Never mind. Anywho, and what's so funny is that the tower could be just that. You were saved by the bell. You dodged bullets. I don't know if it is Mr. Hightower. Is it Mr. Hightower? No. Or is it Miss Parker? I mean, the Parkers. Let me know in the comments. I don't know why. Either way, maybe for some of you, you were saved by the bell. Maybe that's just a show or a confirmation that this message was for you. But maybe for some of you, you have dodged some bullets. Shit, I don't know. You're saved by the bell. Mr. Hightower is the Parkers, isn't it? Huh. Interesting. Taurus energy here, Leo as well. I don't know if I said it. I know I said Aries. I know I said Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well. For some of you, there is a specific someone coming in to express how, like, I feel like this week that they'll if this is who you're connecting with, like if this is not you and this is the person that you're dealing with, someone is coming in to express how they feel. But this is after, and I don't think you're going to expect this, but this is after a period, like I said, of them releasing themselves or freeing themselves from opinions of others. I'm hearing selfish opinions of others, because that's exactly what was blocking it. Because it could be family, people in their family. So sometimes walking away from those connections, you know, they're difficult. Yeah, the world. Another major arcana and another one with the justice. This is crazy. Yeah, there's major changes happening this week for you, collective, or for someone y'all have been in a connection with. Dang, that wind is loud. I don't know if y'all can hear it. All right, y'all. I think that's all I have for you for this upcoming week for the weekly forecast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. And don't forget, let me know in the comments. Who was Mr. Hightower? I think it is the Parkers. Okay. Anywho, again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, you guys. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.